welcome everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss the commands that are there in modify panel. Now, in general, the most used panels are draw and modify, and after that, annotation. So, modify becomes very important because if we want to change anything in our drawing, we are going to use any of these commands. Now, the first command that we have here. So, in order to explain these things properly, I'll draw some objects. Now, first command is move command. So if you want to move any object from any specific place to a newer position, you will have to use move command. So in move command, you will select the object, then press enter. After that, specify a base point, and you will use that base point as a reference point for picking or placing any object. Now, next command is copy. So copy command is basically used in the same sense as we use copy in any other software. For example, if we are selecting an object, then press enter. And if we specify a base point, we can create multiple or a single copy of any object. So that's copy command. Then next one is rotate. So if you want to rotate any object to any specific angle, you are going to use rotate command. So for that, you will have to click on rotate. Then you need to select the objects. So for example, if I want to select these two objects only, after that press enter, and then you will specify a base point and then specify a rotation angle. Okay, so you can create a copy as well in rotate that you can see in our previous video on rotate command. Or just simply specify the rotation angle in the command bar 0 and then enter. Okay, hold on for a moment. Select the object, click on rotate, specify a base point, and then you can basically change this angle to whatever value you want to. So for example, if I want to specify, if I want to change this angle by 45 degrees, so type 45 and then press enter. So basically it will be shifted anti-clockwise. Okay, if you are keeping 0, the object will stay at the same location. Now next one is trim command. Now in trim, we have two options here, trim and extend. So trim is used to remove any object. So first of all, you will click on trim, then you will check this select object or select all option. If select all is there, simply press enter, and then you will remove whatever option or whatever portion you don't need. Okay, so that's trim command. Then press escape to get out of this command. Next command is extend. Extend command is used to extend any line to the next boundary, next available boundary. So simply click on extend and then click on the line, and basically you can extend it to whatever point you want to. Then next one is erase. So obviously if you want to delete something, you are going to use erase command. Then copy we have discussed. Next command is mirror. So if you want to create a mirror image of any object, you will use mirror command. So click on mirrors after selecting the object, then specify a mirror line, and you will be able to create a mirror image by keeping mirror at that particular line. Okay, so you will get the option of erase source object. So if you want to erase the main object, you can click on yes, otherwise you can click on no. Okay, so that's erase command, mirror command. Next one is fillet command. Now fillet is basically used for rounding the corners. So if there is any sharp corner, for example, if we take the example of this one, so there is a sharp corner here. So if you want to round it, if you want to basically make it beveled, so you can use this fillet command. You can specify the radius by which you want to round the corner, then select the first object and then second object, and you will see that the fillet will be provided. Now this fillet can be provided simultaneously in multiple options as well, in a polyline as well. Now alongside fillet, you will see this chamfer command as well. Chamfer is basically used to cut the corners. For example, if you specify a chamfer distance like this one, then you need to specify two chamfer distances in this one because you are going to cut two lines. Then you will select the lines in the same sequence, and you will see that the corner is cut by those distances. That's chamfer. Next one is blend curve. Blend curve simply creates a curve between the two lines that you are going to use. Okay, so you don't need to specify any dimension, any length or anything. It will simply create a curve. Next one is explode command. Now, for example, if you create a rectangle or a polygon, you will see that you cannot select individual lines out of this rectangle. So if you want to change or if you want to select individual line in this particular object, you will have to explode it first. So click on explode, click on the object, press enter, and now you will see that all of these objects are separated. Now explode commands becomes very important or very useful when there is any array created and you want to modify that array. For example, if I create a polar array of this particular object, for example, let's select this one. So I have created a polar array and let's increase this number. Now, if you want to delete any particular circle out of this pattern, you will not be able to because this is part of the array. So you will have to separate it first. So click on explode, then click on the array, press enter, and now you can individually select them or you can modify them. That's array command, sorry, explode command. Next one is offset. Now, offset is a very useful and very important command. If you want to, for example, to explain you guys, I have created a curve here. Now, offset is used to create parallel lines, parallel objects, concentric circles, and parallel arcs. Okay, so simply click on offset, then specify an offset distance. You can specify using cursor or specify using a value, and then click on the object and you can create the parallel objects by using offset command. Okay, that's offset. Next one after offset is array. If you want to create a pattern in, if you want to create multiple copies around a particular center, you are going to use polar array. If you want to create multiple copies along a curve or along a path, you are going to use path array. And then if you want to create a matrix of the object, if you want to create a rectangular pattern of a particular drawing, you can use rectangular array. Now you will see that there are some examples given here. So in rectangular array, you can take the example of beams that are placed on a grid. Then in polar array, you can take the example of chairs arranged around a round table. Okay, and in path array, basically you can basically take an example of patterns on a pipe. So these are array commands. After that, scale. So if you want to increase or decrease the size of any object by a specific factor, you are going to use scale commands. So simply click on scale, specify a base point, and then specify the factor by which you want to increase the size. So if you want to increase the size, you will have to basically choose a factor that is more than 1. And if you want to reduce the size, use a scale factor that is less than 1. So suppose that if you use 0.5 scale factor, basically your drawing size will be reduced to half. Okay, so that's scale command. Then stretch is basically a command that is used to stretching a particular object. If you want to stretch a particular object, simply click on stretch, then select the object, press enter, and then you will have to specify a base point, and after that you can specify the second point. So if your object is not closed, what will happen? Basically, you will simply move the object. But if the object is a closed one, you can stretch it. After that, there are certain commands like by layer, set by layer. So basically, sometimes we need to specify properties, and you need to specify properties for a specific layer. Okay, for example, I have created a circle and I have a layer that in which I have specified various line types, line weights, or transparency. So if you set properties by layer, so basically whatever you have created, all the properties of that object will be adjusted or will be set by the layer that you have selected. Next one is change space. So you can move any object from model to paper space. That's change space command. After that, next one is lengthen. Lengthen command is basically used to increase or decrease the length of a particular object. I have created another video on this one as well if you want to. After that, next one is p-edit or polyline edit. So if you want to edit any polyline, you can simply click on p-edit. Next one is sp-line edit. So sp-line is a curve basically, and if you want to edit that curve, you can click on sp-line edit. Next one is hatch edit or edit hatch. So if you have created a gradient, if you have created if you have created a hatch, if you have created a pattern, or you have specified a color for a particular object, you can click on edit hatch and you can edit it. Next one is edit array. So you can edit an array if you want to by using this command. After that, if you want to align any particular object, you can click on align command. Okay, so you simply specify 4 points in align command. 1 and 2 will be joined together, 3 and 4 will be joined together, that's align. Next one is break. If you want to break a particular object between 2 points, you're going to use break command. So basically you will specify a gap in break. Okay. Next command is break at point. If you want to break any object at any line or any object at specific point without creating a gap, you will use break at point command. Next one is join. So suppose that you have created a particular object, closed object like this, and you want that this particular set should be selected as one, or it should be created as a polyline. So you can simply select it and click on join, and you will see that all the objects, they will be selected at once and they will behave like a polyline. Okay. Next one is your reverse command. So if you want to, if you have created a helix or if you have created a polyline, so you can reverse the direction of that. That's reverse. Next one is nested object. So if you have created blocks, or if you have created any external reference, so you can copy those objects by using this ncopy command. Okay. Then if there are certain lines that you have created and you think that they are drawn twice or thrice, so you can remove duplicate objects by using this overkill command and bring to front. Sometimes what happens, if you have created some for example, if I create a text here, instead of m text, select single line text. Now starting point, height and angle. And if you create this text, click outside and press escape. Now let's change the color. What I want to explain here is, now just take a look at this text. We can simply say that this text is above the polyline that we have created using join command. So if you want to bring this one to front, so you can simply click on this object and you can click on bring to front. Now you will see that line is above the text. Okay, so these are main modify commands. Now in bring to front, you will find a bunch of different options as well, so that also you can explore. So this is an overview of all the modify commands that we can use in order to modify our drawings. So I hope you might have learned something new. That's all for this video. Thank you very much and have a nice day.